Welcome back to day 6 of the Future of Money Virtual Summit. I'm Richard Taubinger, the founder of Conscious Marketer and the co-producer of the event. Now, if you've missed any of yesterday's speakers, you can watch the replays. The links are on the right side of this page. We had an incredible day with Vitaly Dubinin on trading strategies, Joby Weeks, whose surprise stream from a boat in Monaco, and we had an appearance from Roger Ver, CEO of Bitcoin. Jor La of Verified Investors was incredible. Fred Thiel, who helped us to understand tokens. And then we finished with Nick Hollick, an astronaut, author of 5-Day Weekend, and much more. So make sure you check out those talks. And today we have another 5 speakers. We have an amazing group. And in just a few minutes, you'll hear from Shu Ke from Ono. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Forgive me if I didn't. And we have Evan Caron. He's going to talk to us about blockchain. Warren Kritko, founder of Crypto University. Andrew Hewitt, the founder of Game Changers, and TJ Matai and Chris Stadeau, who will be talking about ICO and analyzation. So we have just an exciting lineup today. Now I'm going to turn this over to Adrienne Ashley. She is the co-host today, and she's also the author of Minting the Future. Take it away, Adrienne.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back and joining us again on the Future of Money. This is going to be a very exciting day. I am super excited. So far, we have learned a ton about blockchain. And if you are new to the space, I'm hoping that you have identified some of the areas and some of the verticals where you want to dive in. Before we get started, I want to make sure that I read the handy dandy disclaimer. So the content of this summit is provided for informational purposes only and is not to provide any specific tax, accounting, legal, or other investment advice or provide the basis for any financial or investment decisions. You should always consult with your own licensed professional to seek specific advice to your own situation. Okay, now let's get going. Now, welcome back to the Future of Money, the world's largest online live cryptocurrency summit. I'm Adrienne Ashley, and I'm the host of Minting the Future and the co-host and co-producer of this event. For our next speaker, we're going to be talking with Ke Shu. But before I introduce her, let me quickly mention that on this page, down there, you will see a button for the Cryptocurrency Training Kit. That is a special offer during this summit that gets you over 40 hours of conversation, interviews, 25 plus speaker bonuses, and a program that we are currently producing right this very second called the Cryptocurrency Mastery Program. The regular price is $497, and you can secure that for just $297 during the summit. So it is the most comprehensive training package in the market. So take advantage of that special offer now. Now let me introduce you to Ke. Ke graduated from Nanjing Foreign Language School and studied at the University of California, Riverside, as well as Coventry University in the UK. She skipped a grade and received a bachelor's degree when she was 19. I think that's skipping 3 grades. She became an entrepreneur and committed herself to researching and developing companies based on sharing digital media, culture, entertainment, and social networking. In 2013, she and her good friend bought Bitcoin mining rigs and began to mine Bitcoin. In 2014, she created a company and launched the innovative ERA social app that had 10 million users. She then went on to create the popular blockchain trading site CryptoDogs, which brought in a staggering amount of ETH. Her latest project, Ono, a decentralized social media site, launched on April 15th, 2018, and has already reached over 280,000 users, with 5,000 new users joining every day. I predict that's about to exponentially rise. She is also a recent poker champion in China, earning $1 million in prize money. So she is going to be talking to us today about the decentralized social network. Welcome. I'm so excited to have you.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have a chance to talk with all of you guys here. And it's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. So my first thought, when we were introduced by a mutual friend, and my first thought was, okay, first of all, China. Second of all, tokens. Third of all, decentralized, encrypted, and the government can't spy on your messages. Those things just don't seem to make any sense together whatsoever. So talk to me about, this is an epic feat. Not only did you create a social network that's potentially a Facebook killer, giving people the ability to leverage their own data for their own profit, but they also have the option of keeping it completely private. How did you do that in China?
Yeah, all of the people think that because China is a communism country. So we have lots of policy problem may happen in the when we are doing the startup or be an entrepreneur. But right now, China has a new policy of the crypto world. They are going to support the technology of blockchain, and also Ono actually is a very open source technology. So we have lots of developers all around the world, and we have different company like companies in like Australia and Korea, and so all the developers can stay in their country and get their benefit from. So actually, Ono is an international project. It's not only it's just because I'm the founder and I'm a Chinese, but my team has lots of different people from different country, and also we got different investors from different countries also. So and government actually support us to do this kind of thing. What government want is not users' data, or they don't care. Actually, to sell users' data is evil for the it's for the government also, because government, they don't gain money from that. And maybe if you become bigger, it's going to be harmful, because if you are doing evil, that means you gain money from that. That means you have no baseline. Maybe you can do lots of different kinds of bad things, including the policy, control the policies, and also the Facebook happened this, right? They try to control the result of the, president.
Well,
right?
I think that was really interesting. Let's talk about that, because that is something that will never be able to happen on your site, which I think is fascinating to me. So I'm over here with my phone. I just spent a weekend with Chinese investors. They all came over here to do their investing in blockchain. So there's like 150 billionaires in a room. I didn't even know there were 150 billionaires in the world, but apparently they're all from China. So they were talking. They actually know who you are. They love you. But they were talking about decentralization and privacy, and they love these different pieces. And what Facebook did was a few people in the organization were able to steer things. It wasn't necessarily the policy of Facebook. But there were people that were in positions who were definitely Democrat leaning versus Republican leaning. So things happened. So that was a problem. And the Cambridge Analytica, what was fascinating about that is I've been marketing on Facebook for 10 years. I have huge databases because I have made apps that went viral. Like I have huge databases of user preferences and friends lists and all those things that Cambridge Analytica had. They stopped doing that 3 years ago. So it's not like they did it for the election. They didn't do it for the election. They did it long before the election, but they hoarded that information, and then they just kept building on it from other sources. So what I love about Ono is that as a user, I get to decide what to do with my data, whether to leverage it for profit or whether to keep it private. So can you talk about, how you're implementing that, how you're doing it, and why it's so important?
I think token is the most important thing in the blockchain world. It's a really great it's a really great thing happened in this situation, right? Because it's changing the circulation of the economics right now, because you have massive effect which happening in the real life with the dollars, with the real money.
Yeah.
Right? So because some people work so hard, but they cannot chase the Bill Gates, right? They will never chase up with the Bill Gates because of it's basically because of the economics system. Actually, 200 years ago, we don't have any US dollars or Chinese yuan, nothing, just gold, silver. Yeah, and so it's basically like a dollar is also a token. So why human society need a token is because we have to, make people work and make people work hard to contribute to society and make, human society become more prosperous. So if the crash happening in the economic system, people don't want to work because they don't think they can get more money, right? And people will complain about that, and people get unhappy. So that's why right now we need this token. So why I talk a lot about this is because if Facebook, they don't have token, they don't update their, like, it's a second important thing in the blockchain world is the technology, right? If you don't put all the data on the IPFS or on the blockchain, you cannot avoid the evil happening. Mm-hmm. So and also if you don't have token, you cannot solve the distribution of the value, distributed value. So so that's why you have to have token, because it's just like Facebook have over billions dollars of the income every year or every season from the commercial activity or the advertising, but they are using the users' data and the content you are making,
right,
to earn money, right? The content actually belongs to you. It's your mind. You're creating something for Facebook. So they steal all the money from you, actually, but you didn't know. You are all the slaver. We are all the slavers of the centralized platform, actually. You work for them.
Yeah. Well, I've always said, if the product is free, you are the product, right?
Yes.
And so, yes. But you're also free. How are you managing to stay free and also give us profit? Let us profit.
Sure, because your content has a value behind. It's called intention value. So the most obvious thing that to prove the intention value is existing is the advertising, like, mm-hmm. because the businessman will buy the advertising from the high quality content. So it's basically, it's not like, Mastodon, right? Mastodon said they will have no advertising in their mm-hmm. in their whole life, but I don't think it's a good thing for the economic system, because economic system needs a circulation. It's a right. full circulation. So, and it's positive circulation. It's not about no advertising. You need advertising, indeed. But you just have to give them back to the content producer, back to the economic builder, and back to the ecosystem builder, actually. So,
Now, what's interesting to me is you have actually solved a problem. So I make viral posts all the time. And I put things up, and my best one went to 110 million people worldwide, 75 million in the US. It had almost 500,000 shares and 1 million comments in 30 days. So mm-hmm. thankfully, that one was super sticky and nobody stole it. But I would say about 20% of my posts that have gone over 1 million, they've been stolen, and other people have copied them and posted them on their pages and gone viral for there. So it reduces my impact, where I should get all the credit for that. What I love is that Ono, because you use the blockchain, you can identify who's the first to post.
Yes.
And so the digital rights, you've solved the digital rights issue that a lot of us creative people have.
Yes, it's true. So you can, if you are really a builder and you're a really good producer, you can earn lots of money. It's very fair, and you will never want to to destroy this platform, because it's your benefit. So you own your own words, and you own your own content. You own your own benefits. So here's the thing, and it's going to become very prosperous in the future, because everybody will get money from that. And more money is not, Chinese like centralized platform. And also I know lots of like Twitter or something, like they will invite lots of celebrities or some high quality content producer and pay their salary, use real money, right?
Yeah.
So, and maybe they can invest them. But, all of us are the normal people. You have no chance to become one of them. So you don't know how to get more attention from other people, because sometimes they give lots of attention, followers to the celebrities,
right?
And sometimes they use robots or to create. So Ono will solve all this problem, that have everyone is equal and everyone has chance to create high. If you create high quality content, the celebrities cannot copy paste you.
Awesome. And that's the other thing I've noticed. Facebook manipulates the reach. So where I would post something 3 years ago and instantly hit 1 million reach, 2 million, 5 million reach, now they're throttling me back because I've been put in the naughty list. So they don't want my reach to go farther, and they want me to pay for it to go, which is just crazy. So they don't want me influencing the election either.
Yeah, this thing happening in like Chinese and Korea also. All the different kind of centralized platform use that, because otherwise they cannot gain money.
Yeah. So
so you have to pay for for more followers. It's a really unfair, crazy thing. It's
right. That's why I called Ono, potentially a Facebook killer. You've got a ways to catch up because they're at 2 billion people. But I actually think you're probably going to do it. And not, what was interesting was it took Facebook, like 10 years to get to 2 billion people. I'm going to predict it's going to take you 2. I think it's really only going to be about 2 to hit 2 billion people.
I think, like the core sort, like the core philosophy of the internet is to give people the chance to exchange the information in the equal way. But right now, all the different kind of technology company, they're become monopoly, and this monopoly is really going too far. Like it's the most monopoly stuff in this world right now. They controls everything.
A monopoly.
Yes.
So
I think you will have this question is like, how the blockchain will change the situation, how the blockchain will change the business situation in the world, right? So I think like by changing the way of information transmission, the internet has changed, human life and create over trillions of commercial value. And I think the blockchain will change human life also and create at least 10 to 100 times more value by changing the speed of the economic operation. Here's my opinion. So
I think that's true. I also think, and tell me what you think about this. So I have a theory. My theory, and you're in China, so this is definitely, I'm US skewed. I just started diving into Asia. I'm just starting to go over there. And I love your culture, by the way. We had a family dinner the other night with all the billionaires at this little podunk Chinese restaurant. The food was amazing, and it was all family style, people serving each other. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. You would never have this at a highfalutin American business dinner. And it was really cool. So what I've noticed, and I think I might have lost my question. Oh, no. Okay. For me, blockchain is all about personal responsibility and self-reliance, right? You own your wallet. You have your keys. I love that in token.im, I don't know if that's your wallet or somebody else's wallet, but your token is in that wallet. I just got some yesterday, which was awesome. But what I love is that it makes you go through a certification so that you understand, like, if you lose your seed, if somebody gets it, they can take your stuff. If you lose this, you can lose your stuff. If you do this, you can lose your stuff. Like, there's no go backsies. Nobody is going to save you. You have to be responsible for your own things. Like, that is such a different philosophy than how the last couple decades have gone here in the United States, where it's all about victimhood and somebody else is always responsible for your results. It's not your work effort. It's somebody else, holding you down and I don't believe that. And I don't subscribe to that notion. And blockchain is changing the way that we have that conversation and the way that people have to behave and think and be. And I think that's actually great for the world.
Yeah, it's like, if someone take care of you, it's like you are still children. That's why people get pissed, right?
Yeah.
Because people always get pissed and get tired with their parents when they want to grow up.
I have a teenager right now.
Yeah, so like blockchain will give you the freedom, and also you have to pay responsibility of yourself, take responsibility of yourself. So yeah, I think like it's gonna, people have different opinion with this stuff. Some people think this is good, some people think it's not, because some people, they are too rely on others.
Mm-hmm.
They're get used into the being taken care of. So I think we have to solve the problem that's happening because the user experience is the most important thing in the world. It's like, so that's why I said the most, like, it's extremely decentralized is not right. The extremely centralized is not right also. So maybe like user experience will, in the middle of them, or little bit decentralized or more decentralized, rare decentralized, medium decentralized stuff. So
a little tiny safety net just in case. But what I think was interesting for me, and I think it's going to be fascinating as an experiment, and I'm probably going to have to write something about this because I think it's truly important. A decentralized network on the blockchain, a decentralized social network on the blockchain where it records everything, which is awesome for your digital rights and preserving who said what and when, means you have to own your words. So we live in a time where people can say horrible things and they go, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean it." Well, you kind of wrote it, so I guess you meant it at the time when you wrote it, right?
Yeah. So,
So I think that I'm hoping that this will move us to a more polite society, because this is an immutable record. You can't just turn around and delete the post. It's there forever, right?
Yes. So you cannot repudiate. You cannot deny it. You can. Yeah. So
there's no backsies.
Yeah, no phonies can exist actually, and people will get better. Like their human being will get better, because sometimes people forgot they were bad guy, or they think they're doing well and they forget everything. So I think it's important for the human being, like getting better.
Okay, so I want to shift gears for a little bit, and I want to talk about what is it like being a young, beautiful, brilliant CEO of a tech company. How does that work? What has been your experience? I mean, this is your third or fourth company?
This is my second company, actually. I sold my company in 2015 because actually I will introduce myself a little bit. Actually,
yes,
when I was a university student, I became a minor. I had my ex partner, and my partner that time, we together, with two people together, own 20,000 bitcoins. 20,000 bitcoins. Yeah, it's a large amount. We got the very good machine in 2013, and actually, so if I keep them, I'm becoming a billionaire like right now. So I didn't keep them. So that's why I'm still an entrepreneur. No, I'm just kidding. I will still be the entrepreneur after I become billionaire, because being an entrepreneur is about it's my personality actually. I want to build something. I want to create something, not just making money.
Right.
So So I sold out my bitcoins in 2014, and actually, event happening in 2014 is the first thing, the Mt. Gox event. You know that Mt. Gox. So they lost my like 5,000 bitcoins.
I have 2,500 on a computer somewhere. So it's sort of lost, but I have all my hard drives, so I sort of have it, but I don't have it. So I know what that feels like.
I don't have it actually because the Mt. Gox they broke and they you know. So and then like I sold them out. That's why I become like kind of too desperate about that. In 2014, we are too young, you know, and too young. So we sold that, and we got some like maybe I don't remember the price. I think it's $300 one Bitcoin. It's a very low price that time. Yeah, and we sold like we got 10 million. No, like. Yeah, some million US dollars. I don't count the number. I'm sorry, because
that's okay.
It's difficult for the Asian people to calculate the exchange between US dollars and Chinese yuan. So actually, we got some money, and I started up a company in 2014 when I'm back to China, and also I built a social network that time. And in 2015, I sold it to a Nasdaq-listed company named Cheetah Mobile. Then I got more money, so I entered the blockchain world again. And what's happening to my ex-partner, he's kind of desperate when see the price goes up to the moon.
Yeah.
When see the price. So he's like too regretting for that. So he's blaming me, and he will never enter the blockchain world, he said. It's another funny thing. So I entered the blockchain world, and I built the CryptoDocs. So it's more popular than the CryptoKitties actually, because Chinese people too many exchanger like traders in the exchange.
Yeah,
and lots of money in the blockchain world from China.
Lots. So I've just met a lot of it. I didn't realize that I had no idea that there were so many miners in China, but it's huge.
Yeah, China. I think Chinese trader and Chinese exchange, the market in China is most complicated, and the huge money happen here. I think the top one in the world right now, and second, I think US.
Yeah,
and
which is funny because we can't participate in ICOs, and neither can you. Now, I just want to touch a little tangent. You did this. You launched this decentralized network with VC money, not an ICO, because you can't do ICOs in China. So how do people get tokens?
Yeah, not because of the policy. It's because of the core philosophy of mine. Because Steemit, there is another right. It's a social media, blockchain social media in the blockchain world, and actually they had some problem happening in the platform. Is because of the token system. If you don't have so many users right now, and you open an ICO or you open a pre-sale of your token first before you get users, your economic system may crash. Because of what? Because this platform has lots of big whales. They are investors, not the content producer. Because if you right now you can write content and you can gain tokens for free. Just you write content. You're creating this social network. So that's why we give you the profits, right? So but if I get more investors in the very beginning, the big whales will make you desperate. You will see, like, you write an article, it wastes you 3 hours to write, and then like you gain 1,000. Oh no! But the one of the investors, they just have like 1 billion. Oh no! You think you waste your whole life, you cannot chase them. So it's you bring the real world Matthew effect happening. Same thing in the social network. That's ridiculous. So that's why we don't do that.
That's fascinating to me. So I have a dating app, which you and I offline will have to talk about because it's actually very funny, and I want to get your opinion on whether it would work in China. But I totally agree with you. Like, I cannot launch this until I actually have a working application with users, because it's all about getting the user base, not about whales, not about having 5 or 6 people having most of the tokens. So yes. I love that you thought about that, because it's really about the users first and the user experience. So now let's go back to, I interrupted you while you were talking about your history. So where were we at? You sold your company.
Yeah, I created CryptoDogs. Yeah, and the first day we the highest price of the one dog is the 1,000 Ether.
Oh, 1,000 Ether?
Yeah, the first day.
Wow.
And after 1 month, the highest price of one dog is like $1 million US.
Oh, wow.
So you see the crazy market in China. They are traders, professional traders. So that's why I think like that's why I give the CryptoDogs. I didn't keep neither one of the CryptoDogs for myself. If I keep one of them, I can get money, but I didn't keep, because I think it's meaningless to me. Earn money from the copy paste project. We are just using the CryptoDogs to testing the Ether network. That's why we do this project. But I didn't know like it's become so popular in China.
So what is Ono built on?
Built on EOS.io is a very powerful the software, blockchain software. So we are using the EOS.io software to build the Ono mainnet. We are going to launch Ono social network on the Ono mainnet.
Okay, and so EOS just launched. I think, did they just launch the mainnet, or is it almost there's almost enough miners to take it live?
Official EOS, they will not launch their mainnet. They are open sourced right now, and they give the.
So you don't have to wait for them.
Yeah, we don't need to. We are open. We are working on that, and we are correcting some of the bugs, and also fixing some bugs, and also correcting some of the policy, and yeah.
That's amazing. So you have your own version of EOS power, because I was going to say, this is going to be a big deal. Like, you're running a blockchain, like I said, 2 years, 2 billion people is my prediction. And my whole thought, like, I wanted to run on Ethereum, but I was like, what happens when CryptoKitties hits what's the next CryptoKitties? And it slows the network down to a grinding halt. But if you're running your own version of EOS, then you don't have to worry about anybody else tying up your network. You can control the entire network.
No, we don't control the network also. We will use we actually correcting the consensus of the EOS, because EOS use the 21 block producer, the Depose, right? But Depose actually still have some problem, because we are the BP candidate also in the 21 of it.
Everybody who owns EOS who's watching this, what should they be voting for?
Candidate? You can search for, if you have like interest, you can search us, like EOS Ono is very popular in China, and lots of people vote for us. But we can see lots of problem that's happening in the community. It's a common governance problem. So blockchain world actually is not only about the technology. It's also about the economics and policies, and also the governance. So like, if you cannot governance the community better, it will ruin your network also. So we are kind of correcting some of the consensus
Interesting.
agreement. Yes, we are going to make some new consensus agreement.
Okay. And so the platform is already up, and it is going to be released in the United States, available in the United States soon?
Yes, both the social network and also the Ono mainnet. Ono about the Ono mainnet, Ono will has its own blog producers, and also Ono mainnet will have the ecosystem of the developers, and also like we will build more DApps on that upon that.
Perfect, because I actually am building my dating app on EOS, so I could build it on your version of EOS.
Yeah, sure. You can launch it in different. I think there will be lots of people are forking the EOS, and also some of the people they are trying to use the EOS.io software to build their own mainnet.
Yeah,
we already heard there are 3 groups in China. They are doing this. And also some of them they are from overseas. I heard about it. So I think like it's the market needs the prosperous. You can see the CTO of the EOS named Daniel Larimer. Daniel said it in his Twitter also. He support there's more different kinds of EOS happening in this market, and people can choose that. I think it's a good philosophy. It's basically can make this industry grow faster.
Yes, I think it's fabulous. So I'm very excited. How do people see the network? How do the people sign up for the social network? Where do they need to go?
You mean to download it or?
Well, to join.
Just
how would they
join?
Yes.
Right. After the Ono social network is launching, you can download it in the App Store. You can download it in the Android market, and also you can register it. So, and also if you want to be we have this Ono DAC. So that's why we got so many users in just 15 days. Like we launched the Ono social network in 1 month. Over 1 month, I think, just over 1 month, we got over 300,000 users right now in the test net. So I think it will become bigger if we cancel the invitation code system. We have the invite system right now. If you don't have the code, you cannot join. So because global people cannot use Ono right now, so they cannot gain tokens. That's why we are not really sending the tokens to the Chinese people right now. It's just a test net.
Okay.
So that's why we use the inviting system to control the numbers of the people coming to the platform.
Because otherwise you'd have millions of people already.
Yeah, I think I have to keep it fair to the global people, and also we have over 1 million fans in our community, followers in the community right now.
Wow.
So how do we build that? Is because we have the Ono DAC, Ono decentralized autonomous community. Like all the people can join the Ono DAC as a like global partner, or like the community partner, community volunteer, different kinds of position they can join if they want to contribute and gain tokens. So that's why we organic grow so fast.
Yeah, I love the concept, and I love that you put the users first, because that's not generally what a lot of these potential unicorn companies do. They think about how fast can we get to revenue, how fast can we get to $1 billion in revenue, and you're thinking about how can we create a broad, stable foundation of users that keeps this thing going forever. And I think that's a different mindset.
Yeah, and actually, it's a different, the target. If your target is money, revenue, you cannot build a huge civilization or huge philosophy of your company. Like people, they are just you are using your people, and people will just using you. If you cannot catch up the newest or fastest, somehow, so people will dump you also. So like if you build a philosophy like Apple did, actually Apple did, Google did also, their target is not the revenue. They just want to create for the human, or like create a better user experience for users. So they will gain lots of true love followers.
Yeah, I agree with that. So what do you see? Like, if you could forecast 5 years from now, what is the world, the social networking world, going to look like? Will we still have, Facebook, Twitter, or will the landscape be entirely different?
Yeah, I think it's entirely different. I think the people have just like human, like we grow, we die, we grow from baby to teenager and to old man die. So it's like the company also. The mission of the company actually is the life circulation of the company is like only for 20 years in the internet, in the internet world. And also I think because of the blockchain world will, I think shuffle the cards, I don't know if this can explain to you. Does it have meaning in English? Like shuffle.
I think that that everything's going to be turned up. I think it's going to be turned upside down. I think, like I was saying before, I think that shifting our culture to one of more personal responsibility and self-reliance. I think that the millennials are already doing it. There's 35% of millennials that own cryptocurrency. So I think they're ready to go and take charge. And I think that, my generation and the generation before me are going to have to, I mean, I'm all for it. I'm with the millennials. I always try and stay on the bleeding edge with the youngsters, but the rest of the Gen Xers and the Gen Ys are going to have to catch up. And the boomers, because the boomers were already pretty self-reliant, but it was the Gen Xers and the Gen Ys. And that's what I think is interesting, because our culture, especially in America, they started it with us, where it was actually right after me. So I'm an X, so it was the Gen Ys, where everybody got participation trophies, and everybody got, just showing up. Even if they didn't show up all the time, they would get a reward. It was just the wrong incentive mechanism, just kind of like you were talking about the tokenomics. If you don't do it correctly, if you don't lay out the tokenomics, your entire ecosystem is not going to thrive. And I think as a society, we've programmed the wrong tokenomics into our society. And so I think the millennials are going, well, how about blockchain? This is going to solve this. We get our rights. We own our identity. We own our content. We own our words, and we own everything. Therefore, we have to decide what to do with it, whether to keep it private or to allow advertisers to market to us. What I think is interesting is this shift in revenue, especially in the United States, and I don't know if it's the same in China, but women make 80% of the buying decisions. And what I find fascinating is there's this disparity that's claimed that women make less money than men. When we move to blockchain and we move to advertising, if women are the people who make the buying decisions, women are the ones that the advertisers are going to go after. Women are the ones who are going to make more money. I think that is going to flip the entire world on its head. And how cool would that be to have that shift in just a few years, where women can no longer say, we're oppressed, because blockchain has not only equalized it, you are what the advertisers want. So you now have a platform for making all the money.
Yes, it's true. And also, in Asia culture, like lots of young people, they don't have chance. Just like you said, like ladies, they don't have chance. So like young people, because old people, when they gain lots of money, they will kind of investing every time, investing, and their money will not reduce, will always increase. So like that's why I said it's a mastery effect. So
Yeah.
none of the economic system will support the better world or support the society like develop better for over 200 years, I think. So if you look at the history, you will see like why people always fighting, have wars, and also lots of disasters happening in the societies because of most of them is because of the mechanisms are bad for that generation of the year. So that's why we need the revolution to change the mechanism and to make the people better. Because like right now, all the people want everyone equal and want to shuffle. Like everyone become like zero in this world. Start from zero. Everyone start from zero. That's why like in China now, lots of young men, they are born in 1990s, like 1994, 1995, or like even like 1998. They earn lots of money right now from the blockchain world, and lots of like old people, they're joking. They are saying like Chinese, the price of the houses is trading on the market and become very high, very expensive. So lots of people, the old guys, how they get money from is from the houses. So young people, they have to like this thing happening in Asia, all over the Asia, like including the Japan, Korea, China, and lots of places. If the economics growth is better, the country in the house of the country will become price high. So like all the young men, if they work work for a big company, they will to own a small platform. I mean, just to own a small how do you say that? Small, not house, just a small place.
Apartment.
Yeah, apartment, like apartment. Yes, flat. So it will just take their like over 10 years or 20 years to gain a house. They cannot support it.
That's too expensive. So we need a shift.
Yeah. Yes. So like they're joking, like the old guys are joking, like they made the house price so high, so young people cannot support it. And now like young people are revenging the blockchain world. So they are making the digital coins become like price high and make the old guys paying for them. So it's a joke actually, but it's happening. You can see behind the philosophy behind the event is like that's why I said it's shuffling the cards right now.
That's awesome.
It's about change the poor people and the rich people. You have more chance. Everybody have a chance.
I love that everybody has a chance. That is the whole foundation. You're right. Everybody goes to zero in blockchain because there's very few people that actually have been in it a long time. The rest of the world is on an even playing field.
Yeah, actually, the billionaire you saw yesterday, I think like before 4 years or 3 years, there's still nobody in China coming.
I swear, the one I was talking to, you would think he's just your average guy, like a retired teacher or said like 60 something years old, not dressed very well, maybe bought his clothes at the Goodwill. Although I got to say, my mom just bought me this at the Goodwill yesterday and it's adorable. So you just know he was not dressed fancy at all. You would never know how much Bitcoin this guy had in a million years. I was shocked when I met everybody. I was like, these people are so chill. They're just so normal. They're just normal people.
Yes.
It's very different than the Lambo guys where they're like, driving their Lamborghinis and wearing their Louboutins.
Yeah, like in China, if you drive a Lambo, it's old-fashioned.
Right.
It's old-fashioned. Like people will think you're fake or you're stupid.
Right.
You're showing off.
Right. Well, also, why would you spend that much money on a car?
Yeah.
It's a car. You can rent one for the weekend. Just rent one for the weekend and go drive it and play and then give it back.
So. Yeah, it's a consumption, right? It's not it's like a consume.
Yes.
So yeah, it's not an invest. So like people in blockchain, they want to invest, not consume.
Yes. It's an expense, not an asset.
Yeah.
So wonderful. Thank you so much. I know it is super late there. It was super early here. I am so glad.
Thank you. My employees are going home right now.
I know. I noticed it's all empty. I'm like, it's the middle of the night there. I got up this morning. I got on. I'm like, the sun's not quite up yet. I promise. I'm telling the guys in the booth. I'm like, I promise the lighting will get better, but the sun has to come up first. So I'm so glad that I got to meet you finally, and that we got to talk. And you have been eye-opening and wonderful. And I wish you the best on Oh No, I'm going to join as soon as I possibly can. Send me that invitation, pretty please. And I look forward to talking with you more. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the interview today, and also I really enjoy my time to talk with you, Ashley. I feel like really you guys are really professional, and I think it's better to explore about the events happening in the blockchain world to all the people in your country.
Yes. And I think, well, I find it interesting. Like I said, I wanted to bust this whole myth of, China is closed and they don't allow any, because they don't allow Facebook and they don't allow Twitter. And there's all of these misconceptions and myths. And I thought it was really important to bring you on to not only bust those myths, but also introduce what I think is going to be the future global social network that everyone is going to be on. I mean, WeChat just hit here and I just got on and I have suggestions for them, like the translate in the moments is great because it'll translate and tell me what people are saying, but it doesn't in the chats. So I'm in these chats with 200 Chinese people speaking Chinese, and I have no clue what's going on. It's terrible.
You can add me, and also I have my Twitter. I use Twitter, Facebook, all the centralized platform. I use them, including Korean Kakao.
That is wonderful.
Yeah. So you can add me.
I will definitely add you. So thank you so much for joining us. And I want to thank our audience for joining us again. I know it's early, but you know what? It's worth it. So thank you for joining us on the Future of Money. And the Summit team and I would like to thank you and thank Key for joining us and sharing your wisdom today. And for everyone else, I will be back at 9 a.m. Pacific talking with Evan Karen. And we are going to be talking about social good blockchain, as well as energy incentives and how we're going to shift the revolution from energy consumption in blockchain to actual energy production. It's going to be very fascinating. So we'll see you here back at 9 o'clock. And thank you again, Key.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.